Proper temperature is of utmost importance for COVID-19 vaccines to maintain its efficacy and integrity. And as local government units start to roll out their vaccination programs, a cold chain storage facility in Taguig City is more than welcome to assist and provide their services in handling and storing vaccine vials. Despite still being under GCQ, our general community quarantine, our country has somehow regained a sense of normalcy in this age of pandemic. And after a year of waiting, vaccines will soon be available to the public, with both the government and the private entities procuring doses for the rollout. But acquisition is merely the first step of the process. Finding a facility that is well equipped for its storage is just as important to maintain the integrity and efficacy of such a delicate product. Situated in Barangay Bagumbayan in Taguig City, this fully automated food safety and security facility, a first in the country, is more than ready to provide its services for proper storage and management of COVID-19 vaccines. Can you please give us a brief overview about the company being the first of its kind in the country when it comes to cold chain facilities?
ORCA was established around 3 years ago, solely focused on the cold chain industry. What we did is that we brought in the first fully automated facility in the country, making sure that our highest priority is food safety and food security.
This 6,500 square meter facility and its cold chain process definitely ticked off all the conditions needed to handle vaccine vials.
The thing with vaccines is that you have to make sure that the temperature is always maintained, whether it's a -70, -20, or 228. You have to make sure that it's always in the constant temperature that is of its requirement. Once you break that chain, it can greatly affect the efficacy of the vaccine, and thus render it useless.
We are now in our inbound docks. So basically, from the manufacturer of these vaccines, they would come in here from the airport through the trucks, and our quality control personnel, our in-house pharmacists, together with the representatives of the government, they would be opening the boxes and checking the quality of these vaccines before we put them into our main warehouse.
Through the use of automated technology, the facility can greatly minimize the risk of contamination and human error in the handling of delicate products like vaccines.
So we are now in our automated storage and retrieval facility. Basically, we're now at -25 degrees Celsius. Our cranes, they are able to work continuously, 24/7, non-stop.
With a total capacity for 20,000 pallets, this facility is capable of real-time monitoring of the vaccine vials that need to be stored at a normal refrigerated temperature of between 2 and 8 degrees Celsius. Even vaccine brands that require sub-zero temperature.
Behind me are the racks, which are able to handle different pallets of positive 2 to 8 degrees Celsius vaccines or medicines. So to give you an idea, these are our AstraZeneca, Sinovac, or other vaccines that only require positive 2 to 8. So we are now in our -25 picking and packing area. So from the automated storage, which we have seen earlier, we would then call out the pallets containing our vaccines or our goods, and they would be brought out through these conveyors to be picked and packed.
Impressed with its world-class facility, it's a no-brainer that the local government of Taguig tapped the private company to handle the storage and management of their target vaccines for procurement.
We are now in our vaccine storage facility, wherein our refrigerators, our freezers, are able to handle thousands of doses of these COVID-19 vaccines. Behind me right now is our ultra-low temperature freezer, which is able to reach temperatures up to -86. So this is to be used for our Pfizer vaccine storage. So as you can see, it's digitally controlled. It also has an audio and visual alarm in case the temperature fluctuates. So this is our W vaccine right now. which we'll be using for our simulation right now. So I'm going to walk you through how we will pick and pack these vaccines to be sent to the vaccination sites. So first, you will be checking the vaccines. Of course, every box has its own temperature logger and tracker. We will be able to track the location and the temperature of each box of vaccine. So this is how we ensure that even during transport, the vaccines will be able to maintain their safety and efficacy.
Having one of the lowest number of active COVID-19 cases in Metro Manila, the city of Taguig had built a strong foundation for its pandemic response. With its 4 mega quarantine vaccination centers and 40 community centers. The local government also started with the first batch of vaccination of its healthcare workers.
Ngayon ho, we're here in the Lakeshore Vaccination and Information Hub. So isa lang po yung ginagamit namin ngayon na vaccination center. Pero once the hundreds of thousands of doses of the vaccines come in, we will need to activate over 40 community vaccination centers.
Once the local government acquires the ordered vaccines, the cold chain facility will then take charge of its handling and storage. Working hand in hand with the LGU and other stakeholders in the distribution of the doses to the different vaccination centers in the city.
So as we all know, the Philippines is an archipelago, a very, very tropical archipelago. To address this concern, what we did is we co-developed these insulated carriers called ORCA solutions, which is able to keep the vaccines at their temperature for 96 hours to ensure that even in the most remote barangays, the vaccines would arrive safely and securely and, of course, maintain their efficacy.
How can the private sector alleviate the burden of this very tall order?
In any country, the private sector is very crucial in terms of the success for their government, in terms of beating this COVID-19 pandemic. Whoever needs our help, we're open to helping. It is not just limited to the LG of Taguig. At the end of the day, we're all in this together. Whoever that we can help, we are there for them.